one, he said, black. This man said, he wrote one, he said, if 10 years ago, somebody had called me black, I'd have talked about their mama kicked their ass.
If you find yourself somewhere lost or surrounded by enemies who won't let you speak your own language, who destroy your statues and instruments, who ban your boom, ma boom, then you're in trouble. Deep trouble. They ban your boom, ma boom, you're in deep trouble. Probably take you several hundred years to get out. She is right. I did proclaim Baraka father's Black Arts Movement because essentially it was true. And we talked about this, we had long talked about it. When Malcolm was assassinated, I'm not going to just a few minutes ago. When Malcolm was assassinated, all across the country, artists of all stripes, poets, photographers, visual artists, playwrights, fiction writers, dancers, musicians, everybody, they stepped back. And black became the word. We stopped being Negro and became black. And Baraka was in the lead. He had left the village. He had left fame for one another. He had left his family there. Right? And he had decided, and all of us, made the same decision, that Malcolm was our man. There was no turning back now. And so in Chicago, in Obasi, I can go on and on. But Baraka took the lead, especially with the Black Arts Movement in Harlem. They had about 5 trucks in Harlem where they would go around and put on plays and read poetry, visual art, had music. And we were trying to do the same thing in Chicago. He is so important. I met him finally in '68, and then we never parted, except for about a 5 to 8 year period when we had CAP, Congress of African People. And we were sponsoring the Midwest region in Chicago, Institute of Politics Education, Third World President. And Baraka came in and said, I'm a communist. Jitu from Harlem to the east, us in Chicago, it was a bomb. He split. And for about good 8 years, well, for about a year, he talked about me like I was so I didn't answer him. Called me the weed. I'm a vegan, so he gave me a weed eater and all that. So when he started the National Writers Union, I went up to New York for that. And Amina and Baraka were in the lounge, in the bar, actually. I walked by, and Amina runs out, Haki. We come in and we make up. It was easy. It was easy. Because I love him, there's no doubt about that. Because I never answered none of that stuff. Because he goes through these decades, these periods. I knew that. I knew that. And so I'm listening to this is what I want to know. When am I going to get the book? No, I'm talking to you. Okay. And so what's happening now, and I said this at the memorial in New York, we're doing an anthology on Baraka. It's called Brilliant Fire. So I, Michael Samunga, Sonia Sanchez, and Woody King Jr. We're editing the anthology. We're going to bring it out for his birthday. So you can go to thirdworldpressbooks.com and get all the information around how to submit and so forth. Okay? We published the last 2 books about it. Book of Poetry, Wise, Wise, Wise. And this last book of essays, it's a monster. Raise it. All right. And we published one of the last essays in the book we did on Malcolm, By Any Means Necessary. And we took on Manny Marvel's depiction of Malcolm in this book here. So, for me, Eleanor and Dobson, I guess he was here for a minute, I guess he left out. To come back to Howard, I taught him for 8 years. I commuted every week between Chicago and D.C. for 8 years, right here. But this degree, I was listening to you, okay? That's why I didn't walk up front, but I don't want you to start howling. So, we need to use that in the book as kind of an introduction. I done took enough of your time, but I just want to leave the people with this. And I need to tell the story because it's about to put us out of business.
Oh, yeah, well, they can't do that.
We signed a contract with Eliasa Shabazz and Herb Boyd in April of 14, 13, and 13 to publish the Diary of Malcolm X. And we got it. You know, it's a beautiful book. I changed the whole nature of the company. I changed everything. I put $200,000, just changed it all so it would make sure that it would be every place when it came out. Signed with Ingram, the largest distributor in the country. E-book, books on demand, everything. We got it all in place for the whole company. Everything that we published from now on. From 1967 all the way to the present. Got a call from the eldest daughter. She talked about Eliasa like she was a deep, deep stranger. I couldn't believe it. This is on the 8th of November. We're going to premiere the book at the Schomburg on the 15th. It's in all the stores across the country. And she just beat her up. Boom, I couldn't understand what was going on. Then I realized this was happening. Her name was on the book. This rivalry between these sisters. And she said, how much you put in the book so far? I said, about $140,000. And she said, well, what do you can't publish it. I said, what? It's published. It's in the bookstores. I'll get back to you. Yeah. On the 11th of November, I get a court order from New York, temporary restraining order. Ingram had to pull the books all over the United States, all over Canada. And tomorrow, we're going to have a final hearing. But I'm telling you, it's been rough. And I need you all to go to thoroughpressbooks.com and buy some books. I'm serious. I'm serious. We may not make it.
You're going to make it. You're going to get
But, no, all I'm saying is that
When's the final hearing, you say?
tomorrow. I couldn't even afford any lawyers. This is where relationships become important. I called Charles Ogletree at Harvard. I said, Charles, look, I'm about to go out of business, man. I can't, what I'm saying. For the first time, we missed payroll last week for the first time in history of 46 years. And so Charles, this is back in November, I called him. I said, look, I need some help. I need. The reason we don't win in this country, we can't afford lawyers.
Right.
$10,000 just to, just have retainer fee. Anyway, so tomorrow,
So can we take up a collection for them?
What did Ogletree do?
Right now?
Ogletree got me the lawyers up in New York, and they helped me find some litigators who can actually. He found the litigators who are actually working on Harry Belafonte's case. You heard about that, right? Harry Belafonte had 3 items that Dr. King had given him. He loaned them to the state of King, and the children don't want to give it back. So, you know, look, let me just say this. I am not angry. I am not bitter. I've been doing this all my adult life. You know what I'm saying? I'm disappointed. All right? I'm disappointed. You see what I'm saying? And what I've done for the family, Betty and I were like this. I'm the black nationalist who made the presentation at a memorial at Riverside up in New York. All right? We were tight. So I'll be back tonight.
So hold on before you go. You have to say what can be done. You cannot go out and do. You cannot lose.
All right. Well, 2 things. One, obviously buy books.